This is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a fun one. We're all having fun here. We're having fun here. I'm having fun here. I'm still here. i it's it's a lot. All right, yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. What up, Suns fans? Suns take the heartbreaking loss to the Golden State Warriors. Final score: Golden State Warriors 109, Phoenix Suns 105. And we will talk all about this and more in just a second.
Kevin Durant delivers. Gorgeous move for Bradley Beal.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
Devin Booker with the clutch three.
I don't know how long I can keep doing this, man. There's really nothing you can do other than just laugh. Because what we're all witnessing is like a was the stupidity that this Suns team can sometimes be. Honestly, I think that is there was a lot of problems. The Suns. I don't know what to really attribute it to. Whether it's just like we're missing important pieces, which I mean it can because we are missing Devin Booker, who's still out with injury. We're missing Grayson Allen, who's our sixth man. It could be other issues as just to like general team chemistry. That could be a part of the issue. Definitely like just communicating more out there on the courts. And another issue was just the Suns, the way they've built. I've talked a lot about that in the last couple of episodes. The way the Suns are built, it just gives away to not playing that great defense, and also could be attributed to why this team gets injured so much. Um, that we're just simply not built for this, and also dumb mistakes. I would just kind of wrap all those mistakes that I just mentioned as in just to being dumb tonight. Okay. First example that I want to bring up about the Suns being dumb. Uh, we I know challenges haven't we haven't had the best luck with our challenges. I believe Vogel was pretty good with his challenges last season, but this year there's a lot more questionable ones, and I'm just curious what's happening there. It's the quality of the challenges have definitely worsened over the years, and it shows it as an example tonight that the Suns they used their challenge like in the first quarter, and it was over. Usually, you use your challenges if in case of like a bad turnover that ruins momentum, or it's just like a foul when someone's in foul trouble. No, it's the start of the game. No one's in foul trouble, and yes, KD did get a block on a Warriors player, and he sent it out of bounds, and they ruled it a Warriors ball, still their possession, which is fine. It's still early in the game, whatever, in my mind. But for some reason, uh, I say Boldenhoser, Mike, and his crew that he has, because it's not just Mike here. All right, he has a whole bench surrounding him. He literally turns around and looks at his bench, who like looks at their iPad to see if they want to actually challenge it. Right. So Mike and his bench, they somehow approved that, and it was such a dumb decision to do that. Not to only use your challenge at this, but also just use it at like such an inconsequential time. Like it really didn't hurt in the bigger picture here. Like there was other quarters, and that ended up with it being unsuccessful, and the Suns later lost their challenge for the rest of the game. Which I don't know. It would have been way better if we saved it for that fourth quarter But we'll get to that point in just a second. The Suns actually came out pretty hot tonight, very unexpected. A lot of the Suns fans and myself were pretty frustrated with Beal and his showing yet last night, I should say, since this is the end of a back to back. Bradley Beal, who scored 11 points last night, then made a really nice response that I loved during the course of this game. He ended up playing 40 minutes here and he scored 28 points. I really love that. I love he came out more aggressive and he was firing from that first quarter. That basically that first half mostly. I just really liked the response. He was on a heater and we kept giving him the ball. And it's just it's another fact that I think we've all Suns fans have been leading towards too. This team has a lot of problems, which hopefully we need to iron out once Book comes back. But I'd really love to see them try Bradley Bill coming off the bench. It's a hot topic, but like when you have examples of this of games like this where in the second quarter Bradley Bill led like a most bench efforts and he was succeeding at it and he just works. Really think it just works for both sides. Bradley Bill, who we know isn't exactly immune to injuries, I feel like would better him, give him well, I don't know about less minutes, but basically if you're in the starting lineup, you're facing the toughest and best of the other team first. So uh, I think it would just overwhelm work in orchestrating this team much better because KD and Book could rule the starting periods, and then once we switch to the bench, Bradley Bill could keep it going. So there's no low periods on this team during the course of the game. So I that's besides the points. That's all hypothetical on where I think this team could improve. Um, but as of right now, Bradley Bill, very nice effort. It's a shame he couldn't keep that up for the rest of the game. We will get to that point much later on during the course of the game. So KD once again came out being his normal self. He's freaking KD. He scored 35 points yesterday, and he came out with 31 today. And an incredible 4 blocks and three. He had 3 of those in the first half. He was a menace out there just defensively. And I mean, it's KD. What else do I have to say about KD? He was just KD, although he had 8 turnovers. Here we go again with the stupidness of this team. You're stupid. I'm calling this team stupid right now because they're all stupid. Stop being so stupid, okay? A lot of those turnovers that KD had of his 8, I'd say a good like at least 4 on the high end, or 3 is a safe number. Most of those were just dumb passes where the Warriors had like they had stopped him, surrounded him, were going to double team, and then KD made like a lazy pass to the other guys, and it gave enough time for the Warriors to pick it off. It's those kind of dumb plays, and it's really those dumb plays that kept the Warriors around in the end of the game. But we're still first half, so let's keep it positive here before I absolutely lose it talking about that second half. So that was both of our guys, both of our stars for tonight. 31 from KD, 28 from Bradley Bill. So they both combined for around what 59. Nice response after Dallas. So, but I guess since we're talking more about our starting lineup, Tyus Jones, he is pretty forgettable this game. Not really a huge impact. He had 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Didn't know that, but he only put up 8 points. So just another rough night for Tyus. And speaking about our starting lineup, Yusuf Nurkic, who I did mention from last night's fights. He did end up getting a suspension, and that will be lasting 3 games. So the next time we shall see our Bosnian friend is Charlotte, our upcoming game against Charlotte. So Mason Plumley in the moments has got the start for Yusuf Nurkic, and I believe it's somewhere recorded. It's definitely recorded somewhere during the start of the season. I called this starter this center rotation great, like Oso, Mason, and Yusuf. Yeah, I'm really eating those words now. Mason Plumley is just an absolute. He could not stop Kaminga, especially during the later parts of this game. It's what? Why? This center rotation gives me headaches, man. 2 points. He had 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 turnovers. Whatever. Tyus and Mason just had forgettable nights tonight. But there was a limelight. There was a star, I would say, about this game. And I'm not referring to your KD or your Bradley Beal. There was simply a game changer that we've had for this game. And they have been a rising star on this team. Um, and that is the man, the myth, the legend, Josh Okogie. Now, the Dallas game apparently left such a bad taste in my mouth, and I was so focused on the Yusuf Nurkic fight that I forgot to mention Joshua Okogie. All right, Josh Okogie has been simply on a tear. I'm gonna enjoy this because he's the one bright light that we've had on this team. And what the Suns have been lately, they've just been slow getting into their offense. They've been slow on their defense, and they've just been showing a lack of energy and just overall attention to hustle and fight for plays. But all of those words that you can use to diss the Suns perfectly describe Josh Okogie, the way he has been playing these last 2 games. And absolutely, I love him for that. He has 11 points tonight, +3 out there. He was 4 of 8 from the field in total, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and he had 2 turnovers and 2 fouls. But we ignored those because he was quite simply tonight's game changer. The way he came in that second quarter really changed the whole game. The Suns were looking slow. They did come out offensively supercharged, but that quickly died out in the first quarter as the Warriors did walk out that first quarter with a 7 point lead. Um, so the Suns just needed to turn things around, and Josh Okogie was definitely that tonight. Him and Along, who I am wearing, you guys can't really see it, um, but I am wearing Ryan Dunn's jersey that I got for Christmas. So shout out, parents. Thank you. But Ryan Dunn was also I mean, really, Ryan Dunn and Josh Okogie were the Shaq and Kobe of this game. They were both amazing. They really are the same player at the end of the day. Just the kind of 3-and-D player. They both show high levels amounts of hustle and fight and energy, and they both play tremendous defense, very much needed. And I don't believe I've said it, but I like the idea of having Ryan Dunn and then subbing in Josh Okogie. I see a lot of people that would like Josh Okogie to start once again for the Suns, and I get that. I could see the argument there for it, but I rather just have Dunn, mostly because of the height. Ryan Dunn is lengthier um, than Josh Okogie, so I purely like him for that. But Josh Okogie is the one that hustles more. Um, he just shows defense, and he showed it tonight. You might not see it on this stat sheet that I'm looking here, but let me tell you, he was a menace out there, and I love him every bit for it. Okogata, have yourself a night. I love that. I love that. When things were looking so down this game, he came and changed it around. And that second quarter that he had was just amazing and allowed the Suns to walk away with a. Do I have the number? Um, I don't know. I think a 5 point lead at halftime. But Ryan Dunn, Josh Okogie, both game changers. I didn't talk about Ryan Dunn, so let me talk about Ryan Dunn real quick. He had 15 points. He was only 1 of 6 from three. A little disappointing, but I'd still encourage him to take those shots. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, included a amazing dungeon play where I forget who was it. Maybe what's his name? Trace Jackson Davis. Yeah, yeah. I believe it was him, where he blocked him. Amazing. Love it. Love it even more. So I'm so glad for these two that we just have two hustle guys. They're really a light in this darkness that the Suns are going through. Which is really just all us Suns fans need. You know, when you think about it, a Sun become a loss becomes a lot more bearable when your team actually tried fighting for it. So, you it's that kind of trade off, and it made tonight's loss a little more like uh, acceptable, I guess you could say. But I mean, definitely the way the game was handled near the end, I don't think that stands anymore. As really Ryan Dunn or Josh Kogi didn't really end this game tonight. It was more of our stars, so we'll be getting more into that. Oso should also not go unmentioned. He only put up 2 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 assist. It was a +7. I mean, he kind of got looked over in the last half of this game, but I think he was really also played a part in just playing around with Ryan Dunn and Josh Kogi, showing that same energy, very much needed. I I accept him for that. So yeah, it still definitely needs a little bit of work. Um, I know that when we drafted Oso, he was like hyped up for his basketball prowess, like his basketball mind, his complex understanding of the game. But like it just looks like he needs more experience out there. He's still far away from being like a serviceable bench player. But I mean, he's got the hustle and he's got the energy. So I mean, his heart's in the right place, you know. So it'll be interesting to see if he could develop on that more. And then really no one else. I just talked about the whole lineup. Usually I don't talk about every player on the lineup, but I mean that was the lineup. We really stuck to a tight rotation here, a 9 man rotation here for the night. But that was all in vain, as again, this team's really dumb. And going into that third quarter, where the Suns have had a really bad couple of third quarters lately, they it was just really murky. I really think that communication was a problem tonight because they really consistently just couldn't like execute on plays properly. That third quarter was such a mess from both sides. It's quite funny really that the Warriors are basically like our mirrors, um as they're also a high 3-point shooting team. They could barely play defense and they're really short. So I think it's really funny that us Suns fans and Warrior fans could probably share uh we could probably agree on the same issues that we're having for both teams. Um, but that third quarter, yeah, let's not talk about it. Which leads me to the fourth quarter. I don't want to talk about the fourth quarter. So I took a number using ESPN's websites of like game tracking type of things. I think this is worthy to bring up. That I didn't really quite notice at first, but the Suns scored, got into the hundredth with 6 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock. So they scored their 100th point during that time. All right, 100 points. The Suns ended five with five more points. So with 6 minutes still on the clock, the Suns scored six in the rest of that time. Scored five of the rest of that time. The next score came at 2 minutes and 15. And that's when they scored their 101 point. That is 4 minutes without a bucket. That is quite terrible. Uh, what has to go wrong? You know, I can't believe it. You know, the Suns were playing such a good game. Bradley Bill and KD were there. The stars were being stars. The bench was being the bench. And yet we let this game just slip up because of stupid mistakes. I mean, like the Warriors played, they could play great defense, but they're not like clamping us or anything. We still dominated them at moments, a lot of moments during this game. And it was just frustrating, frankly, to see the Suns just slow down, screech to a halt, and not score for 4 minutes straight. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I don't know what they were doing out there. That eventually ended in the mishandling of this game. Like quite literally, this is a choke in every word of it. Uh, as you know, KD just started to become careless with the ball. A lot of turnovers happened in this fourth quarter. Of course it would, because where else would it happen? The Suns collapsed in that fourth quarter. Final score for that fourth quarter is Golden State 27, outscoring the Suns 18. What even? This team, man. I can't. I can't keep doing this, dude. This freaking team. That's really all to say about this. They just mishandled that fourth. Please don't do that again, Suns. They're just being so stupid and careless. And yeah, and now we have to walk away with a win or a loss. Listen, I know the Suns have had a lot of problems. All right, the Suns are problematic right now. They have a lot of problems, but like at least win the game here. You had a chance to win the game. You know, it's kind of like getting your arm broken, but at least you get $5,000 for it. But in this scenario, I got my arm broken and I don't get the $15,000. You know, it's just the Suns could have saved it. As much as problems, as much as I complain about them right now, the fact that they just had like they were so careless and stupid with the ball, I could have just glanced over it, made it a little footnote in my notes here, um, because the Suns would have walked away with a win here, and it would have made it irrelevant at the end of the day. But we still lost, and now we have to face these stupid problems all over again. I'm done. I'm done with this. Let's just close this thing out. All right. So Suns lose. We now fall below the 500 mark. This game was a battle of the mid, as you could say, as the Warriors and Suns were both knotted up at 15 and 15 on the season. So not only was this division matchup, but also a basically a battle for who would be in the elimination category. And Suns lost. So now we are 15 and 16 on the season. We continue our downward spiral. And it's not getting easier, dude. It's not getting easier. The next couple of games the Suns have, we have Memphis on New Year's. I'm already dreading that one, dude. The Memphis have Grizzlies have been really great this year. Um, I just get, I don't want to be ready for that. A partial reason I'm even more mad is because of these predictions. So I still need to cross out Golden State, but I like at least the Suns need to get wins here, right? These are the winnable ones. These are winnable games. You can't let go of these games when they're going to start really mattering in a few more games at the end of the season. You can't be letting go of games, winnable games like this, off of just some dumb mistakes. And hopefully, to Christ, they learn their mistakes, dude, because we can't be having these. But as you can see, I'm pretty hopeless about these next couple of three games because it's Memphis, Indiana, and Philly, who I believe has their big three. I mean, they don't even need their big three; they just need Embiid, and we're screwed because we have no center. Yusuf, for whatever he did, he's not even there to like act as like a big body to body Joel Embiid. So that is going to be even more disastrous. Um, Bad time. This is a bad timing, Suns. Really bad timing to start sucking. So that's basically it for tonight. That's all I have for you. Enjoy the holidays. Have a happy new year. Enjoy the break. The Suns will be going on a. Hold on, let me count this. What's that? 2 day break before we return on Memphis. Hopefully Booker's back by then. I haven't seen any like um new news on where if Book's coming back. So hopefully, and we can start the new year off right. So that's it. Suns are now on a 2 game losing streak against pretty much everyone. I don't know why I said against. Um, have a happy new year. Enjoy the holidays, and let's not have the Suns ruin your day. As always, as it's become quite prevalent, I've been urging fans to not have the Suns ruin your day. It's just some basketball, whether that's cope or not, I don't know. All right, it helps me sleep better at night, I guess. Uh, so yeah, we'll be seeing you here New Year's Day. Have a good night.